it's the vibe, and no, that's it, it's the vibe.
Hello my darlings, and welcome to It's the Vibe, where I pick books based on pictures that look like this. This is from the subreddit, Books That Look Like This. I never remember the name of this bloody thing. I have to write it down on here. Today's vibe is beautiful, haunted, and hungry. She's beauty, she's grace. She might just eat your face. Welcome to a world where beauty bruises, power corrupts, and women walk along the edges of the occult. These women are gorgeous. The vibes are cursed. And everyone either joins a cult, unleashes ancient horrors, or just gets possessed. So get ready for saints who don't eat, socialites who don't blink, and demons who definitely don't pay rent. The theme, the pictures that I posted to Reddit, I can't show you all of them because they're from an artist whose name is Tom Bagshaw, and Tom loves nudity. So do I, Tom, so do I. So I'll just show you the pictures that I can show you. His art is dangerously sexy, and it blends ethereal, gothic, fantastical, and femme-centric portraiture, often featuring dark elegance, magical realism, and supernatural beauty. The book that I would pair with Tom's work is Deathless by Catherine M. Valente. This is a mythic, lush retelling of Russian folklore, think Koshchei the Deathless, with gothic romance, war, and magic. It's visually and emotionally rich, just like Bagshaw's paintings. This limited edition of this story especially slaps. So I will now tell you reviews of the books that I ended up choosing based on all of the recs that were given to me. So we've got The Starving Saints by Caitlin Starling. Come for the miracles. Stay, because the saints are hungry and the doors are locked. Welcome to Amar Castle, where the walls are crumbling, the stomachs are rumbling, and something smells a little off. And it's not just the wine. So this castle has been under siege for what feels like forever, and the food has almost run out. And just when everyone's about to start gnawing on the furniture or each other, enter the constant lady and her shiny, super sus saints. They've got food, miracles, good eyes, and major cult energy. We then have our three main protagonists. These ladies have zero chill. We have Servoyne, who is a grumpy war hero knight, and she pledges to the constant lady upon meeting her like it's a gym membership she can't cancel. And then we have Focine, the nun turned sorceress whose inventions thus far have kept the people from starvation and death. She's got suspicions, shadowy secrets, and a massive yearning for honey. And then we have Trailer, a serving girl who wants vengeance for her family and who's one breakdown away from getting the hell out of Dodge. And honestly, who could blame her? They're all stuck in this cathedral made of stone and beasties, being force-fed rotting honeycomb, caring for nuns whose tongues have been cut out, while their best friends all slowly turn into the roast of the day. Now onto my enjoyment of the book. I didn't love this. Personally, I felt like the writing style was very convoluted and the pacing was deadly slow. The whole book is very fever dreamy. If you want solid world building and explained magic systems, run away, because you will not get fed here. There is no rhyme or reason for anything going on. Nothing made sense. You just have to accept whatever is happening. Don't question it. Don't try to put logic onto it. No, just go with the flow, I guess. The book itself is also very deus ex machina, and I did not like the relationships. The relationships were sapphic. They were kind of into, they were kind of crossing swords, so to speak. And I didn't like any of them. I didn't like any of them. The bees as religion was kind of cool, but once again, I don't really understand it. I don't know the rules of it, the nuance of it. I don't know how it works or why. So this one didn't work for me, but I would say read it if you like sapphic vibes, homegrown meat, and Bacalian madness. Now, does it suit Tom Bagshaw's art? While there is feral mysticism, medieval fantasy horror, and cultic devotion. It has the hungered sacred body as both power and prison, so I do think it is perfectly aligned with Bagshaw's themes of feminine strength twisted by otherworldly forces. The novel does feel like a living painting of religious ecstasy turned grotesque. It's a saint caught mid-transfiguration, gaunt and glowing, suspended between holiness and horror. Think hallowed hunger, blood-stained halos, and honeyed martyrdom. Just the execution of this wasn't for me. The idea was really cool, but it just didn't come together in a way that was coherent and satisfying for me. The next book that I picked up was Saturnalia by Stephanie Feldman. When the world ends, you might as well dress up, get drunk, and summon something ancient. Welcome to Saturnalia, where the apocalypse is black tie and the cards are accurate and judgmental. So we follow Nina, a former social climber turned tarot card slinger who gets dragged back into the creepiest high society party dystopian fever dream with vibes like Eyes Wide Shut. It's the Saturn Club's annual bash, a Bacchalian free-for-all where billionaires drink wine, swap secrets, make land grabs, and possibly summon something unspeakable. It's just like a normal Tuesday. Meanwhile, outside of this privileged rich sphere, the world is literally on fire. People are hoarding water like it's Beanie Babies circa 1997. And class warfare is trending harder than Mercury in retrograde. But Nina's goals are to survive, to avoid old flames, avoid awkward party small talk with masked cultists, and get hoisted up into a better tax bracket. So the vibes of this book are, secret societies, alchemy, power-hungry elites, and just the overwhelming sense that the rich weirdos are lying out of their teeth. It's set in Philadelphia in America, but make it goth, feral, and cursed, and dystopian. I really didn't enjoy this book. The writing style was very clunky and overwrought. There was a huge amount of info dumping and way too much shit going on. Nothing is developed and fleshed out and explained. So once again, I'm just scrambling, trying to find a purchase so I can situate myself and make sense of my surroundings, but I could not. I just didn't get it. I didn't get this book. There's a dude also who violently kills a baby pig on page, as well as on page SA. I just found it a really unpleasant reading experience. And like I said, it didn't make sense. The plot narrative was so all over the place. It wasn't exciting. The main character was boring. And even though it had like magical tarot cards, that wasn't really delved into that much either. It was just, like I said, it's like this person took everything they could, this giant amount of food, and just threw it all at the wall and hoped some of it stuck. But then you're just left there with just imprints of random shit. And you're just like, what was the purpose here? What was the aim? However, just because I didn't like it doesn't mean you won't. So read it if you like divination, mandrakes, and clusterfucks. Does it suit Tom Bagshaw's art? Well, it has occult elitism, urban decay, and alchemical transformation in a dying world. So the protagonist is both navigating decadence and danger, and definitely feels like one of the subjects of Bagshaw's art. They're regal, enigmatic, and touched by ruin and ritual. I forgot to mention, I am going through Bagshaw's art and selecting which art I think suits the book. So once again, yes, this does fit the vibes. And the last book I picked up is Come Closer by Sarah Gran. Possession, but make it minimalist, stylish, and vaguely horny. We have Amanda, who is our seemingly normal architect, until she starts changing. She zones out. She buys a red dress. She accidentally burns her husband, starts chain smoking when she didn't before, and writes a hateful memo at work. Could be stress, or it could be the demon squatting in her psyche. Welcome to Come Closer, the novella that proves possession isn't always pea soup projectile puke and yoga-esque stair crawling. Sometimes it's passive-aggressive notes, stolen lipstick, and a sexy spiral into chaos while flirting with strangers at jazz bars. I really enjoyed this book, so I thought this was fantastic. It was an interesting take on the possession shtick. It is short, sharp. It's a slow burn it's a slow burn demonic horror that will make you want to turn your lights on if you're in bed and hear a tapping noise on your bedroom wall, which freaked me out because we have possums in Victoria and they love to scratch, 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 tap, tap, tap on the walls. And I had a rough couple of nights following that. The book itself is a very sleek descent into possession and identity collapse. The horror itself, though, is very quiet and intimate. In the beginning, I was frustrated at Amanda's complete denial that she was possessed, and then I came to empathize with her about the futility of the situation. So once again, I really liked it. I have read 2 books by Sarah Gran. I love them both, so I think this is definitely an author for me. Read it if you like stealing doorknobs, demon quizzes, and if you want someone to love you and never leave you alone. How does it parallel Bagshaw's work? Well, it's minimalist horror cloaked in feminine elegance. This novel is like a Bagshaw portrait where the eyes don't blink, the lips curve ever so slightly, and you wonder if the woman is a human or something else. I think it really captures the vibe of controlled and gradual unraveling. It's women whose beauty hides malevolence. So absolutely, I do think it matches. All three books, I will say, do match the vibes of Tom Bagshaw's art. But the only one whose execution I really loved was Come Closer by Sarah Gran. So in summary, yes, you should be worried about the saint cult. No, the demon won't split the bill. And if a woman in a Victorian dress stares at you too long, just leave the party, bro, because things are about to get real gnarly and rooty. Thanks for watching, and remember, beauty is fleeting, but questionable life choices last forever. Let me know which haunted beauty of a book you're reading next. Go and check out Tom Bagshaw's art. You won't regret it, especially if you're kind of into BDSM. It's got those kind of vibes. And gorgeous lingerie. Every time I look at his art, I'm like, I need to go and hit up my lingerie shops. Now, the perfume that I'm wearing today is Private Tea House by Chasing Scents. It smells like a quiet, contemplative afternoon in a walled garden. Think ceramic teacups with sweating jasmine pearls, antique wood and soft sun filtering through lattice work. It's solitude, but never loneliness. I definitely think the tea is the strongest note in this perfume. It is for lovers of soft green and woody scents with the bitterness of tea leaves. It wasn't my jam, but if I was going to pair a book with this, I feel like it's for people who find magic in the quietest places, and therefore I've paired it with Can't Spell Treason Without Tea by Rebecca Thorne, because it's about building a sanctuary from scratch with found family, mystery, and cups of tea shared while plotting the next chapters of your life. So those were all the books for this month's It's the Vibe. Today, it's my mum's birthday party day, so for this vlog, I'm taking you along with us to the afternoon tea that we're having, which is supposed to be Van Gogh inspired. So yeah, we're having food that is inspired by another artist's artwork and paintings. I really like it when I can find activities that pair well with the theme of my vlogs. So far I'm on a streak this month, but don't expect it to happen again. But that's everything for me. I'll see you at afternoon tea. Maybe in winter. Ice cream. Be careful because
it's just the vibe of the thing.